Well, welcome to Toronto. Welcome back to Toronto, I guess.
I know, it's been 20 years. Well, I mean, I've been here since then.
Sure.
We did the Glee tour here, but I lived here in 1997 through 98, I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you know a little bit.
Yeah,
a little bit.
It's nice. It was a really cool experience when I was younger, and then coming back for the Glee tour was really cool also.
It's been about 3 years since your last album, right?
Yes, since my first album, Louder, yeah.
Yeah, and now you're here with Places.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
Would you call them different, similar?
I would definitely call them different, yeah.
How so?
My first album, I definitely went in more of a pop direction, which is what I was feeling at the time. I think just a lot of influence from Glee, singing all of the pop music on that show all the time, and it's what I was feeling, but I took time in creating this record to really think about what I wanted my sound to be and what was my real true sound without getting the influence of anyone else's opinion. And I think that I've come back to my roots in a more theatrical sound. I grew up on Broadway, I grew up on the stage, so this album definitely reflects, I think, who I truly am as a singer.
Is that hard to really isolate, though, to really find out your sound without the influences and the ideas and what other people are doing and what people think you should be doing?
Well, I think it was hard during Glee, because I was singing in the studio for Glee, anything from 5 to 15 songs per week, of all different genres. And so then on the weekends to try and figure out who I am separate from that, I think was a definite challenge. Although I love my first record, so I made sure to finish Glee and then start working on this album so that I didn't have any other musical voices in my head.
Who inspired you musically growing up, would you say?
Barbra Streisand, Celine Dion, Canada.
Yes.
Those voices, I mean, even now, Adele, I just love women who don't require any bells and whistles. Not to say that, you know, someone like Beyonce who can have, you know, fireworks behind her, you still are just so focused on her because she's such a force to be reckoned with. But I gravitate, you know, growing up, and just really inspired by the women who maybe were a little bit more unique and had just those power voices that they just stood there and sang, and you didn't need anything else.
When did you start to show this talent of yours? Is it something that your parents picked up on at a really young age?
I actually, when I was 8 years old, I, for fun, went on an audition in my local town, a little theater, for the Broadway production of Les Mis. My best friend was auditioning, it was her dream. And I went as a joke, and I got it. I'd never sang before in my life, and I was performing on Broadway a week or 2 weeks later.
How'd that go with the best friend?
She was actually, you know, I think in shock for at least 10 years.
Yeah. And I bet you were in shock too.
Yeah, I was, you know, it's funny because I just remember starting, and the minute I started, I was like, I always want to do this for the rest of my life. My parents were in shock. I think that they're still in a little bit of shock.
And probably so crazy proud too.
Yeah, for sure.
Talk to me about your single, Anything's Possible, the inspiration and what it means to you and how you feel when you sing it.
It's such a empowering song for me. When I recorded Louder, the song Cannonball, which was written by Sia, was such an inspiration for me at the time. And now, you know, 4 years later, I was really looking for that new Michele anthem to just really explain where I'm at in my life right now. And I have a lot of, you know, fans, some who are girls, and I consider myself a role model in some ways, and so I wanted a song that was as inspirational for me as it could be to them. And it's fun, it's happy, and it's really just about, you know, having faith and believing that, you know, what's around the corner could just be the most incredible, unexpected thing.
Yeah. So where would you say you are at in your life right now?
I'm in such a settled, happy place. Currently, I'm a little jet-lagged and tired, and in the midst of this promo, album release, and tour.
Right.
But I'm so settled in my life in Los Angeles, and I love living there and with great friends that I've made over the years. And it took me a while to get settled there, coming from the East Coast, but I feel very strong. I just turned 30 in August.
Oh, that's great.
So
that's
it's
big.
like a big, milestone for me, and things are good.
You look really happy.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's like
I am
irradiating happy.
Thank you. I am. I'm tired, but I'm happy.
Well, like you said, a tour and a promo will do that. But it's a small tour. It's 6 dates, but you included our fine city.
Yes.
Why was it important for you to come here and perform for us?
If I could include 20, I would.
Yeah.
We started in London, and we did a couple shows. We did London, and we did New York, and then mini US, and stopped over here in Toronto. And
nice.
I feel so grateful that my fans have been so supportive of me over these years, because I wasn't able to tour my first record because I was filming Glee. So I just wanted to make sure that I could get to at least some places right now. I'm in a hiatus of my new television show right now, so I don't have as much time as I'd like, but we tried to squeeze in as much as we possibly could.
We're grateful.
Yeah.
Are you going to perform any Glee songs? Yes?
Hell yeah.
Which ones?
I like to keep some a surprise, because then people get so excited, but I definitely do. Let's see, what can I tell you that I won't? A Glitter in the Air, one of the Pink songs that I did on the show that I really love. And it was hard. I mean, we did over 800 musical numbers on Glee. So to find some that I could sing in the concerts was such a challenge for me. But I wanted, some are just songs that I personally enjoy, like we do Poker Face, because that's fun.
Yeah.
And then others have more of meaning behind them. Like if you're a fan of the show and you hear it, you'll be like, oh my God, I remember that was such a pivotal moment in the show. So yeah.
How did that experience and everything that came along with it prepare you for today and for who you are today?
It was, I think, well, I think going one step further back, like being on Broadway was the best preparation for Glee.
For sure.
If there could have been any preparation for what that, beast of a show was.
Yeah.
But it taught me how to work really hard, because those were some long hours, dance rehearsals, recording studio, learning your lines. I mean, especially even towards the last 3 seasons of the show, I was filming this. I can laugh; it's so unbelievable. But I was filming half of the show in New York, so I would even have to travel back and forth. It was insane what we did.
It's crazy.
So sometimes now, if I'm a little tired or whatever, I'm like, I've done it all. I can do this.
You can do this. Talk to me about the bed series on Instagram. So much fun. Yeah.
We just took one.
Did you?
Yeah.
In this hotel?
Yeah.
Well, now I'll know. Well,
I told my
will
makeup
know.
artist, Allison, I was like, I don't know, do you know this thing I do, the bed series?
Right.
She's like, yeah, I saw it on your Instagram. I was like, well, people actually talk about it, and will you take one? So I just took off all my clothes on her bed.
You heard it here, everybody. That's so great.
I was like, do you mind that my bare bum is going to be on your bed right now? I showered. Is this okay with you? She's like, yeah, totally. Let's do it.
She's probably honored.
We just took one. Oh my God, I'm turning red now.
How did it start?
Well, I'm always traveling in different places.
Yeah.
And, look, I grew up and so many people told me I wasn't pretty enough and I needed to change my look and needed to get a nose job and all of these things. And I think that beauty has changed so much, but I've also just personally become more confident with who I am. And it started just, traveling all the time and being in different hotels. I even got Ellen DeGeneres to take a bed series picture with me, and Canada star Brad Goreski got to come in bed with me. And so, yeah, I just, now it's kind of a little fun thing.
It's great. It's your thing.
Yeah.
Confidence, though, is not an easy place to get to a lot of the time. How did you do it? And at 30, how did you do it?
Well, I think my parents really raised me right, for sure.
Yeah.
Despite whatever was thrown my way, it never really affected me. I've always had a really great body image and healthy body image.
Amazing.
And I think it's part being Italian, and it's good parents, and so I'm really grateful for that.
If you could give your younger self any advice, would you?
I would just probably say to just never set any dream limits. I was always oh yeah, I'll work on Broadway my whole life, which is incredible. But I was oh, I don't think I'll ever be able to make it to film or television or whatever. I don't have the right look, or they won't understand me. I'm too quirky or different. And then I got Glee, and my whole life changed.
Look at you now.
Yeah, so I would just tell myself to just dream big.